Back in the day, it was a Land Rover Defender that put the Land Rover name and the Range Rover name on the map. Then the Defender took a little bit of a hiatus from the US market. It was a crude, very utilitarian, almost like a British version of a Jeep Wrangler, but amazing off-road. The old Defender could not pass the rigorous new safety requirements for SUVs, airbags, and stuff like that. And Land Rover didn't want to fork up the money to make that old version, pass the US market's stricter requirements for SUVs. So it took a little bit of a hiatus, and the Defender's back in the map in a two-door 90 version, a 110 four-door version, or we have this one right here, which is a 130, which is an extended length version with a third row seating. A family-friendly off-roader that can hang with Wranglers and Broncos and other fantastic off-road vehicles, yet it has impeccable on-road manners, it's luxurious, it's refined, and let's talk about it. So this is a 2024 130 Dynamic X. This thing's in beautiful shape, love the color combination, and we can see design accents paying homage to Rovers of the past. The shape of the rear, like the rear fenders and how it tapers up like that, that is totally something you'll see on older versions of Defender. But unlike the old Defender, which was rude and crude, this is a different story. This is totally refined, and even if you never take it off-road, you'll enjoy this thing's on-road manners, partly thanks to this forced induction 6-cylinder engine pumping out a combined output of 400 horsepower as a light 48-volt hybrid system to make the stop-start system work more efficiently. It's not going to drive just under electric power alone. It's a light hybrid system, but it makes the engine more efficient and more responsive. Love the contrasting designs and colors in the front end. This thing definitely has a premium feel to it, and it looks really cool. It's utilitarian, it's retro, and in ways it almost looks a little futuristic. It almost doesn't look like a production vehicle, it looks like a concept vehicle, just the way this thing looks. Of course we got a full-size spare, because if you get a flat in the trail, roadside assistance isn't gonna come get you. It's mounted right in the back of the tailgate, so it doesn't take up too much space. On the inside, it would take up a lot of space for sure. So we have the third row seats, pretty spacious even for full-size adults. And of course, if you don't need the second and third row seats, you can fold them flat, greatly expanding the cargo area. We have a pano roof back here to allow lots of natural light inside with a power sunshade to brighten things up. You can hit this button right here to adjust the air suspension up and down. So if you want to lower the ride height a little bit, you can do that with those buttons right there. A little hint of the amazing off-road prowess. We have these tow hooks on the back, all-season mats. I love the design, the exposed finishers. Give it a little bit more of a utilitarian feel. Lots of space back here. I'm 6'2", very comfortable, lots of space back here. Then we have another pano roof panel up here for the second and front row passengers. Rear climate control. Excellent visibility up here. Love the look and feel of the steering wheel. Completely digital gauge cluster of analog style gauges, and then we have the map right there in the middle. We have lane keeping assist, heated steering wheel, lots of storage, more exposed finishers. Looks like we have a cooler box as well. Nice feature. A wireless charger. Everywhere where we look, we can find USB and USB-C connect chargers. Love the synthetic leather and stitching on the dashboard. Multi-zone climate control. We have heated front seats. We have heated and cooled front seat. We have heated and ventilated front seats. Nice big screen for the infotainment system, of course, navigation. Rear parking camera, 360 around view camera. Look at this, we got a 3D view as well. So you have a whole composite view around the whole vehicle, making parallel parking, maneuvering so much easier. Then there's also an off-road camera as well, so you have a nice view up front, so you don't hit any big you don't hit any big rocks or tree ruts and putting a hole in your oil pan. But luckily this has some nice underbody protection, so it'll be kind of hard to do that unless you're really getting out of control. We also have a heads-up display, kind of hard to see on camera, but it projects the speed right up onto the windshield, so you don't have to look down quite as much off the road to see where you're going. And as it gets darker, we can see it has this really nice ambient lighting on the interior, just kind of elevating your mood, setting the tone. Well, thanks for joining me on this walk-around video of this awesome 2024 Land Rover Defender Dynamic X 130 wheelbase with a third row seating, a family-friendly third row seat vehicle that can hang with the Wranglers and Broncos. So I guess if you want a third row seat SUV, they don't make third row seat Broncos or Wranglers yet, well, I guess this is your next choice. Obviously, a little bit of it in a different price point, a little bit of a different league than those other vehicles. This is an ultra luxury off-roader, but this thing is beautiful, capable, and one awesome vehicle. Thanks so much for watching. My name's Joe. We're Scarff Ford and Isuzu. We've been in business since 1922. Over 100 years, we sell new Fords, new Isuzus, and a very wide variety, as you can see, of pre-owned vehicles. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.